I'm going. Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, Brothers of Discussion podcast at it here. Tonight we have a special guest, somebody who we've been guests on his show a few times. He is the host of History of Professional Wrestling. He is the host and admin, I guess what else could you call it, for the No Cell podcast.
He'll make his own
No
titles.
Cell Roundtable.
He'll tell us his titles.
This guy's got all the titles. He is a former professional wrestler. He also does commentary. This guy he's the jack of all trades, master of none.
He's not
But
lying.
he's good at all the things that he does. Let's just say he's up there. Anyway, it's Joe Monroe from the Joe Monroe Show. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got plenty of things to talk about with you tonight, Joe. Before we get started, I just want to call you Joseph Monroseph because my 13-year-old son asked me to say that.
That's fine.
And I always deliver.
That could be a new gimmick. That's fine.
Well, listen, it's Joe Monrusev Udria, Joe Monrusev Machka. Okay? We got tons of fun.
You must have went and watched some of my matches and seen what gear I wore. Okay.
Listen, Rusev and I, we're from the same blood. We're both that Eastern European fucking smack around some Mongolians shit going on in our lives.
Well, I'm Irish and we smack around our livers, so there you go.
See?
There you go. We got two fucking red beards right here. But
Scottish, Irish.
Joe, go ahead and plug your shit, man. Go ahead and tell everybody where we can find you, watch it.
It's good to be on here. You asked a name. Apparently, Samp from the Samp and Chance podcast on my show last week. He goes, dude, you're doing the history stuff. We love it. We can't call you professor. Let's call you the dean. I'm like,
The dean.
I like it.
I think of Shane Douglas automatically, but I was like, I love Shane Douglas, so why not? So I shamelessly plug in the Dean Joe Monroe. It's a new gimmick. I don't know. We're going to go with it, whatever.
We're going to put it over.
Joe Monroe Show. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're trying to get on Spotify. Bear's helping me out with that, so here pretty soon. Today, Wednesday, we do the history of pro wrestling. Like today, we discussed... what did we discuss today? Championship wrestling from Florida.
Cool.
And this weekend, this Friday, will be the award show. So it's going to be fun.
We may or may not be a part of that award show, by the way.
Yeah.
May or may not.
We'll get into that later. But I'm going to jump in. I have a question right away.
Go for
What
it.
made you want to do the history side? Because like for me, I if you want to say let's watch wrestling, I'm going to throw on some old shit. I'm kind of with you. So what made you want to do something more with the history side as opposed to more current?
So I grew up with my grandparents. My grandfather was a huge wrestling fan. He's the one that got me into wrestling. And he had the old Georgia Championship Wrestling, the old Mid-Atlantic stuff on tape. I guess you could say he was kind of sort of a tape trader, but not really. But yeah, man, we used to watch that all the time. I grew up watching Dusty and Rick. I tell people, I grew up watching that stuff. They went, how old are you? I'm like 31. They're like, you wasn't born in the 80s. And then I explained it. They're like, oh, yeah, you was raised like the 80s. Pretty much, yeah, shag carpet and all. Jeez Louise, laminate flooring. Almighty. But yeah, I started doing that, and I just love history in general, man. Like today, I was going through my ancestry thing. History's messed up. I'll tell you a story on that a little later. But I'm like, after wrestling, there's always like, what am I going to do after I get done wrestling? I got to do something. And I thought, wrestling and history, those are my two loves. Let's put them together. Let's just talk about the territories. Let's talk about history. I know other people were doing it, but forget them. I'm going to do it myself. And believe it or not, I'd done it for a little while and then stopped. Then back in November, a little over a month ago, ATV's like, dude, you got to start doing it again. And I did. And dude, it's taken the hell off. I'm surprised on the feedback I'm getting from it. It makes me want to do it each and every week, over and over again.
It's funny that you bring up ATV as well. In this is those guys, they kind of are labeled as like the bad boys of podcasting, they're both fucking sweethearts, man. They're both fucking great guys. They really are. They're good dudes.
are.
They really are good dudes. They just have some hot takes and they're passionate about them. So I guess you can look at them that way.
Yeah, just don't cross them is the best thing I can say.
Yeah. So you brought up that you wrestled.
Mm-hmm.
You were a professional wrestler at one point.
Yep.
So that brings me to a question. If you could have wrestled anyone in your career, who is your fantasy opponent that you would have loved to be able to get in the ring with?
Roddy Piper.
I love it.
Roddy Piper, hands down. He had that slow, methodical, brawling style like I did, and I knew we would have fun because that's the best thing. A lot of people get the misconception, oh man, wrestlers are so stressed out. We got to do this and that, and some are. Some want to go over every little freaking thing, and it burns my ass that I can. What's the limit on here on cursing?
You can say whatever the fuck you want. Say fuck
Okay,
shit.
good. It burns my ass as if I just ate Taco Bell 3 days straight. That people do that in the back. It's like, guys, call the beginning, call the end, talk in the freaking ring. That's the best way to have a match. Because anything you try to plan, guess what? It ain't gonna happen, and it's gonna confuse you. It's gonna lose you, and then you're gonna have a crappy match. But yeah, me and Piper. Oh, dude, I sit and think about it sometimes. I'm like, Piper and me would have had a great match. Then again, somebody I grew up in the business with, he does kind of have that Piper-esque thing, and he's trying to get me back in, and I'm like, I don't know, my knees are pretty shot, dude. But maybe, never say never.
Right. Yeah, you don't have to use your knees at all.
Go in like Lieutenant Dan or something.
They're not important. You don't need those.
So where did you train and who trained you?
So I don't want to give credit to the people that trained me because I was so trained backwards. But the way I was taught right, I was able to be steered into the right direction when I got to Triple Crown Wrestling. And people like Jimmy Walls and Terry England and people who are now, those are legends, and people who are now wrestling like Brandon Wolf and all them kind of took me to the side. And or I have to mention Evil Nate too. Kind of took me to the side and be like, hey, bro, this is what you need to do. Here's what you need to work on. You're good here, but bring it down a little. But yeah, dude, a little bit of people, a lot of everyone had a good hand in training me. It's just, how can I say this? Jimmy, if I could say if I went to school, Jimmy Walls would probably be the one that would legit school me. Mm-hmm. And he was tough. He was rated X. And they wrestled in MWA up Northern Kentucky. And dude, he's a good guy, but he's a tough trainer. But he gets his point across. He may think he wants you to quit, but he wants you to keep going. And I like that about him.
I mean, you set me up perfectly for a segue for the next question I had for you was, so we're up in the Northeast. We're in Pennsylvania. So we're not that familiar with Kentucky, the area where you are. Who is your guy that you think that people up here should check out from your area, like a local indie talent that you think should be looked at?
Wow, where do I want to start? Brandon Wolf for one, Charles Colton, James Kendrick. Those guys have been on the show before. There's little kind of unknowns. Kevin Sinclair. Oh, God, who else can? There's just a lot. I know I'm missing a lot of you guys. Evil Nate, who I don't know if you guys watch JCW. His girlfriend is a ring rat. That's on JCW.
I think we've actually seen Evil Nate live. I think Evil Nate was up here in Philadelphia. I think he came up and did a show in Philadelphia.
Yeah, Nate is a great dude, man. He's one of those people that's been in the business for a while and who gave me advice and actually meant it and wasn't an asshole about it. So Nate's good people. Man, there's a lot more. I can't name off too much more, or else I'm going to make some people mad. But those guys definitely go check out.
For sure.
I'm going to go back to the training because, like, to me, that's really interesting. How long did you train before you had your first match? And then to kind of piggyback off of that, when did you have, in your mind, your first match, like
So
like a good one where you felt good about it?
So 6 months, I was nervous as heck because they wanted me to put me in the ring like the second month of the company that I did train at. I'm like,
Okay.
yeah, let me commentate. That's where I got my commentating chops. But it wasn't until October of 2020 is when I officially stepped in the ring. And of course, when you first start out, it's battle royal. So yeah, that's when I started.
Forearm.
Yeah, forearm, kick, chop, thrown out. There you go. That's all you need to know. But yeah, I did it in 19. When did I do it? 19, about August of 19. So there for a while. It closed because of the pandemic, but I never stopped. You can ask my wife. I was up all night pacing, just doing self cardio stuff and things like that. Even went outside and took a few bumps like Foley did because I read his book and he goes, well, if you can bump on the ground, you can bump in the ring. So that's how that went. That's probably why my back's so screwed up. But yeah,
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm looking at the comment section here, and somebody named Ashley Hall says she has one important question.
yes.
Throw it in there, Ashley.
Yeah.
We'll ask it.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. So anyway, moving on. Joe, you do so many different things. You do the history of pro wrestling. You do the no sell roundtable. You do trivia night. You do all types of features on shows that we thoroughly enjoy. The Bears Thoughts, Wrestling from the 313, Samp and Chance, Till 5. All these guys are great guys. We definitely enjoy, interacting with them. What is your favorite thing that you do when it comes to the podcasting? What's the most fun for you?
Everything.
That's a cop out.
That's a bullshit question. Okay. Honestly, I just thoroughly enjoy talking with guys like this, doing this, just interacting with people. I love doing that. Even though here at home, I kind of want to just stay at home most of the time. I guess that's just me getting older. But if it's about wrestling, I feel like I'm with my people and I can have conversations. So yeah, it's just talking with people, man, interacting with other wrestling fans.
It's a brotherhood, dude. Like
It is.
Like we go to the shows in Philly and it's like, thousands of people, or even when we go to other ones, it's like a bunch of friends getting together. It's different. Like the community is a little different than any other wrestling community. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a lot different. But
yeah.
But it's kind of like when you get your somebody said this one time. No love for cards subject to change.
Yeah, we did leave him out.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
I apologize. I apologize.
He's my co-host. Dude, what's wrong with you?
Top notch shit.
Yeah, it's high quality.
It's high quality H2O.
It's never mind. I was going to pull a Breaking Bad reference, but never mind, CZ. But yeah, man, just like interacting, shit like that. I love doing. The history stuff I think is important to me because I think anything that I think my grandfather would watch, I take pride in and try to make it as neat as possible, if that makes sense. Make it as professional as possible.
Sure.
And I knew he would love the history stuff. CZ said it best. Wrestling is a family. Podcasting has become a family for me.
Yeah,
100%. I try to tune into. I mean, we all have our own lives. We all have our own things that are going on. But I try to tune in to everybody's stuff as much as possible. Leave a comment, some kind of encouragement to everybody, because I'm just happy that we're out here doing it. I'm appreciative of everybody. CZ's on here right now commenting. Man. I didn't know CZ 6 months ago. I met him through your show.
Yeah.
So we appreciate it.
Yeah. Plus, honestly, this is stuff where the internet's a big thing. My kids can go back and watch it when they're little. Oh God, Dad did this. I remember when he did this at the house. Yeah. But or like some of my videos that are on YouTube, wrestling, which I don't recommend anybody watching. I was not a good wrestler at all. But that stuff is still up there for them to view. And just to prove a point, if you set your mind to anything, no matter what you want to do in life, just fucking do it, man. Don't listen to it. Just go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, What's the worst you want to do? Fail? Oh wait, if you fail, get up and try that again, or try something else that you want to do.
Yeah.
It's funny you bring up your kids and you have a wife, obviously, correct?
Yep.
So, how supportive is your wife through all of your works?
She loved it, man. She's not a wrestling fan, so that kind of works out. But
Same thing with our significant others.
Yeah.
But it's weird. She's like, I feel like she knows the business a little bit more than I do because of how much I would, talk about it or complain about it. And I would bring something up and I forget, and she'll say it. I'm like, oh my God, you were listening. That shocks me. Or if I bring like a wrestling fact up, she's like, oh, don't you mean this person? Yes, I do. Oh my, wow. She goes, see, I pay attention.
Yeah.
I can't pick on her too much. This is the girl that has almost 600 books in her personal collection. So she's a reader.
Awesome.
And the funny story, she would, whenever I would wrestle, she would actually bring a book with her. So the heels would try to get a reaction out of her, and she just ignore them and read, and it would burn them up so bad.
I mean, they probably couldn't read. That was probably
I was going to say
probably a
something
thing
very
going on. But yeah, I have a similar thing. Is jokingly, we started the podcast 8 months ago. I'd say now.
Mm-hmm.
Jokingly, my girlfriend asked me the question about, oh, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I was like, well, I'm going to be a famous podcaster in 5 years. Famous. And she's like, you really think you can do that? And I said, yeah, I think I can. She goes, well, do it. She's been so supportive throughout the whole journey. Like right now, she's at home with, I have a 2-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
She's at home with him. I'm over at Aaron's house having beers, talking wrestling with Joe Monroe. If that ain't love, I don't know what is.
Yeah, that's how my wife is, dude. Like, where I'll be gone sometimes all weekend, and she's just like, okay, and she hates being home by herself. That's probably why we got 7 cats now.
I was gonna say you got like 30 cats, right?
So you got something.
Just 7,
You're like
30.
You're like the Cruella DeVille of cats.
Well, a lot of
people.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask a question, but continue. Go ahead.
I was going to say, someone said I'm basically the Stu Hart of Kentucky with the cats, but I'm like, I don't know about that. Let me put this hold on you and see if how you feel about that. But
earlier you said something about like fuck it, just going for it. Like you'll fail, whatever, shit happens. So with you, what came first? Was it the commentating or was it the wrestling? And what made you do one or the other, or did both kind of come at the same time?
My cousin was rolling hard. He was an IWA Mid-South, and I remember when he would come down for reunions, he would always tell me, because I'm like, hey, I want to be just like a little kid. I want to be a wrestler. I want to be a wrestler. And he goes, well, if you want to be a wrestler, you got to think of something else to do aside from wrestling, just in case the wrestling don't pan out, which is true. And a lot of people don't get that mindset at all. They think, oh, I want to be a wrestler, and if I don't wrestle, then forget about it. I don't want to contribute to anything, which is incorrect. You can contribute either way, whether if it's commentating, whether if you work production, whether if you're ringing the freaking bell, or hey, better yet, you're sitting on the other side being a fan. You can contribute to wrestling any way you want to. But that was my mindset. When I said I wanted to learn everything in pro wrestling, I meant I wanted to learn everything in pro wrestling. So I've had a hand in wrestling, commentating, production, ring crew, picking up garbage, and anything and everything with wrestling, dealing with wrestling. I've pretty much done a little bit of. That way I can be like, okay, well, if this don't pan out, I can just do this.
Did you do all of that and then train in wrestling last?
No.
Like what was that?
Training came first. Commentating, they said I like to talk, so they just stuck me up there at the company I started at. And then I just started wrestling more. Then I didn't really start commentating and podcasting until 2023-ish. And that's when I started commentating a little bit, doing interviews, wrestling, in and out when I wanted to, just getting a feel of everything. But I feel more comfortable doing this and commentating.
All right.
As I'm not waiting.
Let me do my Harley race drag real quick and ask you, what's your finish, kid?
My finish?
Yeah, what was your finish, bro?
Never got to hit it.
What was it?
It was fucking Eddie Kingston. It was the back fist.
Oh, word. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was they built this it was TKO Joe Monroe because people, you're Irish, you can fight, so you gotta knock people out, and that was the whole thing that was going to happen, but it didn't work out that way.
Okay.
But yeah, that was something I wanted. Another person, Fiji Wildman, he brought up, because he was a boxer too. He's like, dude, do the 1-2 punch where it's left, right, left uppercut. Nobody does it. I'm like, that would be cool. I can do something. But the back fist was if I could have hit it, would be the finisher.
Nice. So you said you said you started training in 2020.
2019, then into 2020, then pandemic hit.
That's what I was going to ask you. What happened? Did training stop, or did
everything stopped? That company I was with, they shut down completely because there was some drama in the back too. Then COVID hit coincidentally. Then just everything went to crap, or so I thought. I was like, you know what? No, I'm just going to condition, get myself into better shape. Then, try something else if it, Lord willing, if it comes up. And sure enough, I went into, it was a pawn shop out of all places. A buddy of mine, he ran a show in Tennessee. He looked at me, he goes, "What are you doing this weekend?" I'm like, nothing. Why? Come wrestle. Okay. So I always call Jellicoe, Tennessee, my home. So yeah, it was just like that. A point. What are you doing? I ain't doing nothing this weekend. So it's like that.
It's kind of like when I message you, "Hey, what are you doing Wednesday?"
Nothing. 9 times out of 10, that's going to be my answer. Nothing.
So you've brought it up several times already, and you can see it in the logo of your show. Mm-hmm. You're Irish.
Yeah, I come from, and I come
and
from
you
Irish.
Probably display that heritage. What is that? Tell me a little more about, like, what does that mean to you, your Irish heritage?
So the Irish heritage thing, I found out in high school, at least from my mother's side, that we had some Irish in us. And I was always a big fan of the Boondock Saints too. So that was awesome for me as a kid. But my family comes from, it's mainly Irish, English, a little bit of Scottish, and a little bit of German. And when we were coming up with like gimmick names and stuff, I was thinking, what? I like Joe Monroe. What can I do? The Fighting Irish, the Fighting Joe Monroe family. I love it. And I came up with that because my grandfather fought cancer for 20 years. And he never, dude, you talking about one tough son of a bitch. He was a tough son of a bitch. And my uncle Joe, my grandpa was Monroe. My uncle was named Joe. And he battled kidney disease for, I think, 18 years, but still fucking kept going day to day. 2 of the toughest men I knew. And I'm like, Joe, that's where I got the name Joe Monroe. It's like,
that's cool.
Then we're Irish. We go down swinging. Yep. Fighting Irish. Let's do it. And just like that. A lot of other podcasters want to say I'm fake Irish. Let me pull up my ancestry. You read it, then get back with me.
So Joe Monroe isn't your shoot name. I didn't.
You're fucking. I thought your name was Joe.
Yeah.
Your name's not fucking Joe.
Believe it or not, when I was born, it was going to be, but it wasn't. I'm kayfabing. You motherfuckers ain't getting my real name today.
Yeah, see, that's what I was going for. I love it.
It's probably something like.
I love it. No.
It's probably something like Festus.
Keep it here. I like it. Keep it close to the vest. I love it.
I've went by Joe Monroe for so long. I looked at my wife. I'm like, I'm tempted to legally change my name.
Dude, I love it. I love it. That's fucking awesome, bro.
But me and my uncle, we had a very close relationship after I graduated high school. He was kind of like the hangout party palace, but I also worked when I was with him. And they just started calling me Little Joe because I look like him too. I wish I should have sent a picture to you guys. I look so I'm like, the Joe Monroe thing that happened, and it's my way of honoring both of them they were both. Here's how big of a fan my uncle was. He would get so pissed off when I would say, "Yeah, the original Horseman was, Ric Flair, Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson, and Barry Windham, right?" Dude, he would be like this. No, the Horseman was Ollie, or he said Ollie, but sorry, Ollie and Arn Anderson. That stupid Barry Windham didn't come in until later. That was the horse, and like he would get so like red in the face, man. And I was like, okay, calm down, you old goat, because he had a big long goatee, reminded me of a goat. So that was my nickname, the old goat. But man, when he passed, fuck. That hit me hard, but him, just those good times and good times with Papa, I couldn't resist the name Joe Monroe, and my wife loved it. I asked my grandmother's permission because that was her husband and her son, and she goes, "It's going to bring you luck. Use it." So okay,
that's cool, dude.
So yeah, to the world.
On a side note, Barry Windham is the only guy that could have worked in the Four Horsemen other than Ole. Just I don't know. You're a history guy. You know the run for the Horsemen. He's the only guy that would have fit other than Ole. Just my opinion.
I agree.
You're a Southern dude. I'm sure you agree.
No, I agree. I agree. But him, I guess that's why I'm such a stickler for the history too, because I kind of get that. And like anything that was wrong, we all know how WWE likes to write their own history.
Yeah.
And this was right when the internet was, starting to get popular and smartphones were starting to come out and shit. He would go, "Nope, that's wrong. Here's what really happened." And he would like show a YouTube video of what actually happened. And I'm like, okay, God, spitting facts or go work for them. Why don't you?
I mean, this kind of leads me to a fun question.
Yeah.
Because you're going back in the history. So there's been a lot of wrestlers that have passed away.
Yep.
There's a lot of good ones that are still alive.
Yep.
So a question I like to ask is, if you could choose one living wrestler versus one deceased wrestler in a fantasy booking match, what match would you choose?
Stone Cold versus Hulk Hogan.
That was quick.
That was quick.
Wow.
He didn't even.
And if it wasn't that, it would have been Randy Savage versus CM Punk.
Okay.
That's a good one.
I like that one better.
That's a good one.
Stone Cold and Hulk Hogan make sense because they're both such big fucking draws. But Savage and Punk would be a really good fucking match.
What would be a good athletic match? I agree. The Hogan and, like you said, the Hogan and Steve Austin one would just been a draw. And to be completely honest with you, I just wanted to see Austin beat the crap out of Hogan.
I think I had to be times too. Like I think 96 Austin, like pre-neck injury, knees, like when he was like the most badass motherfucker versus like prime Hogan. That would have been, dude, fucking money.
Yeah, because Rock and Hollywood Hogan already happened, so you got to go prime Hulkamania. Hulkamania.
So we do a segment called Lit Match where we do watch-alongs, and we actually did Hogan versus Rock with my son, my 13-year-old son.
On my suggestion, because he's never seen it.
My son never saw it.
Okay.
And we actually there's a few points because obviously for copyright issues we couldn't show the video and we couldn't play the audio. But there's a couple points where we turned the volume up.
I said, fuck it.
Just so that my son could understand how the crowd was reacting and everything. Fucking phenomenal. His face. If you ever go back and you watch that Lit Match, my son's face tells the story. Absolute shock of how crazy.
One of my favorite memories of Hogan, it actually involves Hogan. And it's the reason I wanted to become a wrestler. Yeah, I'm the generic. Hogan made me want to become a wrestler, but not for the reasons you think.
Hogan made us wrestling fans.
Yeah. And it wasn't me. It was my grandfather. We were sitting there watching you know how WWE used to televise like the recaps and shit of pay-per-views like the following Sunday. I forgot what it was on cable or something. But the segment for the Muhammad Hassan and Eugene segment came up where Hogan came out and, did a save. I was just watching it. My grandpa hated modern wrestling. He called it, it's that judo crap. This ain't real wrestling. What the hell are we watching? But little did he know that's what wrestling would become. But we were watching it, and he had the old dad chair, and he just sat back, laid back like this. All of a sudden, Hogan's music come out, and dude, it was like a fucking bolt of lightning. He went just dead stare at the fucking TV. Did not take his eyes off of it when Hogan came out. Reacted when Hogan was beating the crap out of people. After it was said and done, he finally looked at me and said, "Son, that's a wrestler." And I'm like, if someone can take 5 minutes out of their time to have someone who is sick bring that much life into him, and we don't see that unless it's like family reunions or anything, because my grandfather wanted to have a pity party. He was just like, yeah, I'm here, I got cancer, what the fuck, who cares? But he fucking just that's the most I've seen life I've seen from him. And just that moment, I was like, if Hogan if that guy on TV can do that, I want to do that. That's what I want to do. So
For sure.
I was, what was that? I was like 8 or 9 when I was like, that's what I want to be. I want to be involved with this somehow.
I think he was the master at that, at making you believe. Like you don't ever say like, I want to go back and watch a Hogan match, but if a Hogan match is on, you're fucking watching it and you're going to enjoy it, because he transcended the screen. You know what I mean? He came through it. And I think he's on the short list of guys that have been able to do that. I think it's him and maybe Austin and maybe Cena. I think is.
I mean,
possibly
for some people,
area,
some people with some ethnicity in their blood, The Rock.
Yes.
I could see that. But for me personally, I've always been a heel guy, and I've always been the gift of gab. Very good with my words and talking that shit. Well, Bobby Heenan is somebody who I always aspired to be like. There was a few times in my life where I was like, I would love to be a wrestler. But I think there's more times where I would say that I would love to be on commentary or in creative. I feel like I have good ideas, and I feel like we talk about it all the time. I'm a real heel. I'm a natural heel in real life.
Mm-hmm.
People hate me. A lot of people hate me. A lot of people like me at the same time, but they loved it to hate me.
Well, welcome to the club. I'm an asshole too. It's okay.
So, dude, you grew up in Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, did you watch WCW or were you watching WWF, or were you watching both?
Both. Come on. Both. Now, if you ask me what figures I had more WCW figures than anything. But TV show it was both, because I was young and channel surfing back and forth. My mom would get on to me, pick one. I don't want to. Pick one. I don't want to pick one. Now, fine. WCW tonight. So
it makes sense. We talked about it with Bear when we were on his show. It's really about your location, what you were exposed to more. So you being further south than us, WCW is probably more easily accessible for you at that time. For us,
both was kind of
WWE.
It was equal.
Yeah, because you are younger.
Yeah,
you are younger.
Well, not just that. There was something. You remember the old dish cards? You know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
if you knew somebody that could reprogram to give you free TV, come on.
That's how I got introduced to WCW. So we brought up with Professor Bear, he watched NWA because of where he was from.
Right.
When we were growing up, we could only see WWF. So when Ric Flair came to WWF in '92, I didn't know who he was. I didn't know anything about the Four Horsemen until my teenage years because of that, So I think that's the difference between like our generation, this new one, is like they take it for granted. I think like they get so much wrestling that they're so critical of everything, where us, I'll watch old shit and be happy to watch it if it's not very good, quote, wrestling, because I can suspend my disbelief and just have fun with it. Can you still do that too? Can you just watch wrestling and not be critical and not have to be like, well, look at that and look at that? Or do you look at it at a different lens now?
I look at it a different lens now.
Right. It's
once
hard.
Once you get trained as a wrestler, you're like, you just messed that up, and I know you did, but the crowd don't see it. Good cover up. Or like we've seen on NXT, I still think that's kind of a work, but you know.
So your sister, Blake Monroe,
No,
she lost the championship
not
the other day. How do you feel about this?
Not related, and I could care.
Not related? I think you're related. You're both very sexy.
Oh, I appreciate that.
You're a pro wrestler. What's your take in that scenario? Did the ref make the right call by counting the 3?
Yeah,
for sure. Right. That's what I said.
Because if we're not going to expose the business because you're not smart enough to kick out when you're supposed to kick out. If you got your shoulders down, guess what, pal? You're getting counted to 3. You're losing that title. That's how they did it back in the day, and I still think that's how they should do it.
100%.
I agree with you. Really do agree with you.
Yeah, because that ref we were comparing the two with I think it was a triple threat on Raw.
Yes,
with the women,
like Nia Jax and
whoever. Yeah,
and the ref stopped and stuttered.
That just makes you look stupid, in my opinion.
Yeah. So your take is they should have counted the 3, right?
Count the 3. Give that ref a raise on NXT for doing that.
Yeah, agreed.
People was like, "Oh, he should be fired. You don't know how to do his job." I'm like, well, if you actually know the damn business, the man did his job to perfection. Give him a raise.
Yeah,
that's
something also that I think I would be good at being a referee.
All right, so now with that happening, they could do something with the storyline. Like it's kind of like one of those scenarios where they kind of almost stepped in shit, right?
But that's like, hang on, we can do something with this. Yeah. It makes them actually think. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, I might follow it. I'm not a big follower of WWE, but I might follow it.
I think people underestimate Thea Hill. She actually is a very talented young woman. She's really good. She's just smaller. Her stature, kind of like Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega is actually a pretty good wrestler. But she's so small that it's hard when she's wrestling these other women to make you feel like, okay, she's a viable. It's the Spike Dudley thing.
Yeah.
Spike Dudley was good, but he was so small. So I think that you're right. I think they have lightning in a bottle and they don't even realize it with this Thea Hill and Blake Monroe having this, making this, they can make this something big. And
they sure could. They could turn something into it. That's I think that's the great thing about wrestling. It's sometimes organic. Like sometimes it happens, that's the best kind of shit. The stuff that isn't supposed to happen. Right.
Yeah. Especially like TV wrestling. It's so oversaturated and exposed. It's not even funny.
Yeah. So like you were saying how like you don't really follow WWE. What do you watch now?
Old school wrestling.
That's
that's kind of us too. I watch WWE for the big, like Royal Rumble. We're watching it, obviously. Joe, I know your distance is away, but we every year for a Rumble we do a costume party. Okay, you need to get in your best wrestling costume and just send us a picture so we can post it. We're gonna do the costume party. I'm actually gonna do a couple giveaways. We're gonna do a little thing where we're gonna draw everybody who says they're in. We'll draw a number for that person. If the winner of the Royal Rumble came out at that number, I'm gonna give you a prize. So, Joe, dress up, send us a picture.
Listen, I'll just throw a cutoff and some shorts on and just say Kevin Owens because people freaking compare me to that guy all the time.
I mean, I could see that a little bit. I mean, you got the Kevin Owens build.
Yep, yeah. And it doesn't help that that's what I wrestled in was boxing shorts, a cutoff, a singlet underneath, and boots.
Word.
Perfect. That's badass shit right there.
So look, you're like me, the history guy, history buff. What's your earliest memory or what's the thing that kind of got you into wrestling?
For like what was going on at the time.
Or like a specific match or person.
What
Like,
what got you hooked? What made you a wrestling fan?
Yep.
Roddy Piper versus Valentine at Starrcade
Okay.
in that dog collar match. That's
Okay.
one of the very first things I can remember. And I can remember my grandfather saying, now that he like one of those, man, he's like, they don't give Piper enough credit. He should have been a world champion, which agreed.
I agree.
Agreed.
I agree.
He's like, he won the Mid-Atlantic title, but that's not the world's title, dang it. Piper. I was fully exposed to Piper first. Then when I started watching it on TV, it was, of course, Austin and Rock and Triple H and all them. Then when I got older a little bit, I was actually a John Cena fan. I'll say it. I liked John Cena, and I like
that. There's nothing wrong with being a John Cena fan.
And the person I absolutely loved, Eddie Guerrero. Because he can make you love him or he can make you hate him. And as I got older, I realized that's his job.
You're giving me layups for questions. So who's your GOAT? Your personal GOAT? Because we all know that wrestling is subjective. We all have our favorites, and mine is not yours. His is not yours. Who is your personal GOAT?
We don't know.
Now, you want to look at it statistically or just my personal?
No, you
personal favorite.
We don't care about statistics. We're talking to Joe Monroe.
I like both. I'm
We're not talking about.
So you give me your statistic one, but your personal favorite first.
Okay, personal favorite, Owen Hart, hands down.
Okay.
Go ahead of his time.
Agreed. 100% agreed.
That's statistically, Cena. Look how big of a career that was. He led that fucking company when it was in the stupid little PG era. People shit on him, but he still prevailed. And sure, I loved how Jesse Ventura, just because he was a 17-time champion means he lost it 17 times. Okay, that's great, Jesse, but he's a 17-time world champion. That's more than Flair, according to WWE. If you ask Flair, he won it 50, however many times, depends on how much. But record books per WWE, it's 16, and he's even went on to say if anybody can beat that record, it was John. And if someone like Flair says that, you're already goated.
So you bring up Ric Flair. His daughter, Charles. So who's your? I'm sorry. She, he, Shim.
Well, you're not the only one that thinks dude looks
a lot of
like
people's female GOAT. Who's your female GOAT?
Trish Stratus. Come on.
That's a reasonable answer, but I 100% disagree with you. She's not even in the top 10 female wrestlers of all time.
To me, I mean, she went through
that. I get it. I understand.
She went through that stupid little phase. People thought she was just a pretty face to look at. But when she got into wrestle, she surprised the shit out of people. Now, second to that, and she would have been my first, Victoria.
I love Victoria. I feel like Victoria is a much better wrestler than Trish Stratus.
Oh, wrestler, absolutely.
Had the appeal and she had a much better appeal than Victoria, but Victoria is a better wrestler for sure.
Victoria 100% is a better wrestler and a little bit cuter. That's just my personal opinion, but hey, whatever.
Yeah, I like the dark hair.
I like. Hey, whatever.
Listen, we're both very ginger, and we both like women with dark hair. I get it.
I heard her suddenly go, "What?"
So I asked you earlier about what you like to watch. You like to watch old stuff. What do you put on? Like if you're like, I'm gonna throw some wrestling on, what's the first thing that comes to mind, or what do you like kind of just throwing on?
It depends on the day, man. Honestly, sometimes mainly I've been watching what I'm about to study because I like watching old tapes like that. But if I had like a favorite, I always go back and watch the first Starrcade. I watched the Great American Bash that Ricky Morton versus Ric Flair in a cage match.
So
Yeah, really good. Ricky sold his
so good.
if there's a good example of anybody selling, it's Ricky Morton during that match.
Not only that, he shouldn't even have been in that match. It was supposed to be somebody else was supposed to be in that match, and he was put into it. And that just shows someone like Ricky Morton, like you're giving him an opportunity, and he's going to take every opportunity and go with it.
Somebody who's met Ricky Morton numerous times. Ricky Morton is fucking awesome, bro.
He's a crazy dude.
Ricky Morton.
You see, I'm drinking.
It's fine.
Me and Ricky Morton, we had some drinks.
Robert too.
Robert
was a little hard to understand, but yeah, it sound like Boomhauer.
No, this is good. This is good. This is a very organic question. You've met several professional wrestlers in your lifetime, haven't you?
I have.
Yes? No?
Yes.
Okay. What was your favorite interaction with a professional wrestler? Who was your favorite person that you interacted with that let's not say like guys from the indies, like big time guys that you've met?
Mick Foley.
Mick Foley's my number 2, by the way.
Foley is down to earth. He probably the first time I met him, I just got my first job and they came to Corbin. And I congratulated him on being in TNA. It was nice to see him in another company aside from WWE for once. And he's like, you know what? I agree with you. It's just a breath of fresh air. And was super nice, man. I even had my little brother with me, and he got to meet Kurt Angle at the same time. So that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Then I got to meet. I had a brief interaction with him at StarCast for Flair's last match because we went to Nashville that day. And it was very brief. He gave me a fist bump. And he just kind of looked at me like this, like trying to remember. And I'm just like, we've met each other before, sir. He goes, yeah, it's going to bug me where we have. Because he stood there and talked to me for a while. And that just shows how down to earth Mick Foley is.
Mick Foley.
Number 2 would be Booker T, because I ran into him in a hotel lobby. We went to Squared Circle Expo for the first time. I always call my family before I go to sleep just to check on them. And after I hung up, I heard someone go, man, you got to check on them babies, right? I went, yeah, man, oh, God, you're Booker T.
That's cool, dude.
And we just about family, stuff like that. And it was right when I was starting, to become a wrestler, and he gave me some pointers. Shane Douglas would be number 3. Because that's someone who took 30 minutes out of his way for a meet and greet to actually give me some solid advice, and told me a good Chris Candido story. But it's the people that you think are least likely to be, well, probably except Foley. You would expect him to be like the nicest guy in the world, but like Booker T, you never would expect to have that interaction with him. Or Shane Douglas. People think Shane Douglas is an asshole.
Shane Douglas is awesome. I've met Shane Douglas several times. I have an ECW title, and Shane Douglas signed it. He's amazing. Mick Foley. Here's a funny story about Mick Foley. One day, our third person, Francisco, who you've never even met, you may have seen him on videos, but does he exist?
He does.
He exists.
He's real.
Are you sure?
He has 3 sons. So his 2 youngest sons, me and my oldest son, we went to a convention at LaGuardia Convention Center right here in New York, Queens, New York. I went full cosplay of Dude Love. Okay? I got the fucking tights with Dude Love on the sides. I got the wig on. I got the heart glasses. I got everything. I look like Dude Love, except a little thinner. My son goes looking like Cactus Jack, but he's wearing a Mankind shirt that says "Have a nice day" and everything. We had no clue Mick Foley was going to be there. No clue that Mick Foley was going to be there. We were just like, "Oh, we're going? Yeah, let's go." So we go, and we're walking by fucking Ron Simmons, and Ron Simmons is shooting the shit with us, and I hear, "Yo, dude." I look over, it's Mick Foley. I'm dressed for Dude Love. Mick Foley calls me and my son. There's probably a fucking line of 100 people to see Mick Foley. Calls me and my son to the front of the line. He says, "Hey, I need to take a break. Can you take over for me?" Joking around, fucking hilarious. But then he pulled us to the front of the line, took a video and a fucking picture for us, free of charge, because I was dressed as Dude Love. And then we walked away from that, and we met Eric Rowan and Enzo right after that. And to this day, every time that I see Rowan or Enzo, they ask me immediately, "Where's your son? Why is he not here tonight?" So those guys, Mick Foley, Enzo, and Rowan, they've got my 5 stars because they always ask me about my kid. They remember us, which is very cool.
I want to go back, dude. You said Ric Flair's last match. Were you there?
Yeah.
You went to that show?
Yeah. We stayed the whole weekend. We did GCW. We did GCW Friday night. We did SummerSlam Saturday, and we decided to stay and do Ric Flair's on Sunday.
I don't care about SummerSlam and shit. I want to hear about Ric Flair's last match. That card was cool. Tell me about it, bro.
Dude, it was awesome. It was like one of the super indie legends cards. I mean, an underrated match was Killer Cross against Davey Boy Smith Jr.
Yeah,
That match, I'm like, okay, why isn't he? I know he was on the MLW and stuff all the time. Why isn't Davey Boy signed? And why the fuck did Killer Cross get let go? That was the decision. Then he got let. Then he went back not too long after, and he just recently got let go again, which is again stupid. But Flair's, it was hard for me to watch Flair's last match just because BOD is. But you talk about someone having nuclear heat in Nashville, out of all places. God, Jarrett got a lot of heat, man. A lot. When he threw that beer in that guy's face, I was like, oh shit, this is old school heat. He does not give a fuck.
Did you listen to his podcast and like the videos up to it?
Yes, I did. I studied every bit of that.
Dude, he did a masterful job of turning people. Like he had me fooled to a point. Like I was like, yo, he really is a fun. And then when the match was over and he did the podcast right after, he was like, it was a masterclass.
Yeah.
Of, like you said, being able to literally turn himself in essentially his own territory. Like, how crazy is that, dude?
And that's the beauty of that, dude. That's that Memphis style. That's the old school style. If people can just fucking listen to that shit and study that shit, wrestling will be a hell of a lot better off. I know the company I'm working with, Triple Crown Wrestling, we're trying to do that. We finally got some talent that would fucking listen. But those guys will, if especially independents, if they really want to get noticed, if they will pay attention to, and I said this last night with the main event roundtable, if people would shut up and actually study wrestling, study how did this territory work, how did that territory work, how did how did Memphis work, how did World Class get to big as they did, even though it was basically just the Von area, or how did Florida get so huge, even though they had TV but it wasn't that big of a deal, or how did Memphis go for so long, even through the USWA, and it took until what 97-ish for them to finally close its doors and forget the territory entirely. But now there's another company down in Memphis that's actually doing pretty fucking well.
Yeah.
Doing the thing they're doing. Yeah. Doing the same thing they're doing. They did back in the day. Now we got JCW kind of paying attention to the same freaking thing, but they're doing their own style, but adding those elements to it. You're starting to see people who actually know their shit pull a little bit of this old school style. That's why I love doing the history stuff, because people actually know. You know, they start pulling a little bit from these territories. Like, why did they ever go out of business? Well, because you had some dumb fuck millionaire that wanted to monopolize professional wrestling and call it sports entertainment, and that's why we're in the world we're in right now.
All right, now you brought a perfect point. What do you think changed in that aspect? Do you think it was less listening to the fans and more listening to one person, or people who were paying, or do you think money was the issue, right? Like that's what changed everything. The more money got involved, that kind of changed it.
Oh, with the territory system?
Yeah.
Basically money's the root of all evil. Money talks, bullshit walks. That's the old saying too. Vince had backers. He had the money. He almost went broke with Black Saturday when he bought Georgia Championship Wrestling's time slot, and people were like, fuck this. I don't want to watch this shit. Where's my style of wrestling? Or but if he didn't sell to Jim Crockett, we wouldn't have gotten WrestleMania. Yeah. And if WrestleMania would have failed, just like how the TV deal with Georgia failed, we probably wouldn't have WWE, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, to be completely honest with you. But what eventually killed the territories was him having that financial backing, for one, having the balls to actually stomp on people. And yeah, I mean, just that's fucking. A lot of people's like, oh, he's as people like to say for people up north, and excuse my language, a Yankee. Not many people know Vince is from fucking North Carolina.
North Carolina, I know he's a Southern boy.
Well,
yes,
a Southern boy.
You call people from up here a Yankee? We're gonna be like, oh, we got 27 championships.
Yeah, a lot of people down here still call people from up north, mostly Ohioans, Yankee.
Yeah.
People from Ohio don't count.
I have a Yankees tattoo on my arm. It's fair. It's super fair.
People from Ohio don't count.
Super fair.
Or play baseball. Or sorry, no, I'm not. My friends watching this are Reds fans, so that was that little pun for them. I'm a cut. So.
You're a Cubs fan?
I'm a Cubs fan.
And you're down in Kentucky?
Yes.
I'm wearing a Packers Christmas hat and I'm in Pennsylvania, so it's fine. It's really okay.
I don't understand. If sports fandom is strange to me. So when it comes to wrestling and your fandom, it all makes sense to me because that's your personal preference.
Yeah.
When it comes to other professional sports, a lot of it doesn't make sense to me.
Well, the Cubs is easy. It's the first actual game I went to, and I fell in love with the Cubs since then.
Fair enough.
So that's simple. Football, I can give a shit about. Basketball, it's Celtics. All the fucking Larry, baby. Come on.
Oh, I'm not mad at that.
Larry Legend, baby. Fan, so. And you're a fucking Irish ginger.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say this.
Makes sense.
I don't care how many championships Michael Jordan won. Larry Bird will always be the GOAT of basketball to me because he didn't get a fuck.
So how much crack did you smoke before you said that?
That's a personal preference.
There's only two people in the GOAT discussion.
I swear to God, if you say LeBron.
Honestly, I hate LeBron James, but he's in the discussion. It's him and Jordan. Hate him.
Come on, dude. Come on. Fuck. Okay, I would put Magic Johnson over fucking King James.
I would too, in my personal preference.
Yeah.
But if you look at statistics, LeBron's pretty much the leader of almost all the statistics.
Jordan and Kobe. It's Jordan and Kobe.
Yeah, well, there you go. I'd put Kobe over King
Kobe.
James.
I like Kobe better than I like LeBron James. I like Gilbert Arenas more than I like LeBron. Okay. I like him more than I like LeBron, but numbers don't lie, bro.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna try to reel it back into wrestling a little bit.
Sorry.
Kind of wrap it up. We're wrapping up the new year. This is coming into arguably the best part of the year with Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. And the great part about this is the history side of it. WrestleMania was created out of necessity.
Yep.
Right? It was to counter program another one. Same thing with Survivor Series, things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So going into the year, do you have any predictions on Royal Rumble? Are you following along enough to kind of make a prediction on who might win and possibly what WrestleMania looks like?
So with the TKO buyout and the ticket prices increase and the fucking ESPN, they can go fuck themselves. I ain't following that shit anymore. That's my personal preference. I would rather sit and watch.
It's a bitch move, Joe. It's a bitch
No,
move.
nah, go ahead. Speak, sir.
I would rather sit and watch Starcade 83 over and over again. And it can be the bootleg version. I don't care. I would rather sit there and watch those type of matches, those type of pay-per-views, not PLE, kids, get it right, than
This is my kind of guy.
Then pay 30 fucking bucks a month for me just to watch maybe one event if I'm feeling froggy. Hell, when they were on Peacock, the only thing I did watch was Rumble and Mania. If Mania. There's times I skip Mania because, to be honest with you, it didn't feel like Mania to me.
Joe Monroe, your boat. Listen, if you really wanted to watch the shit, you ain't gotta pay nothing.
Oh, well,
yeah. You holla at your boy. Okay? I got all the links. Okay?
Well, I appreciate that, but to me, I'm agreeing with Foley. I'm walking out, especially after that, especially politically wise too, and what TKO's doing the WWE. Come on. A lot of people want to blame. We've talked about this last night too on the Main Event Roundtable. People want to blame Paul Levesque. It's a publicly owned company. There's board members. Board members decide this shit.
You got to cater to them.
Especially.
Yeah. I mean, between.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. But I was just going to say, I'm going to chime in. I've been kind of on the fence there since the Saudi Arabia deal with them too. So I'm with you, bro.
Not only that,
I've been.
No, I rock with Saudi.
No.
Yeah, not only with that, dude. I ain't got a problem with Saudi Arabia or anything like that. Fuck
No,
you.
no. Them doing.
I rock with Saudi. Women shouldn't be able to vote, drive, or speak in public.
No.
Different.
I'm saying them selling shows and now a WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That aspect of it, to me, from a fan business point of view, to me, you're selling out to a country.
Yeah,
fuck it.
Just from a business aspect. So it's from years back, dude. I've been on the same boat as you, but I'm with you with the Mick Foley thing. He like Cornette had a great follow up to it. I don't know if you saw what he said on Twitter, but his follow up was perfectly put.
And believe it or not, Cornette's a supporter of our current president right now, and I agree with Foley. He goes, he's sticking to his guns. Not many people do this nowadays.
Yeah, having a fucking backbone.
Did you see Foley's video?
Yeah.
Just asking questions and just asking for a response. Like, hey, Mr. President. It was fucking, you could tell it was genuine. Even though he thought about it and fucking taped it, it was genuine. He really felt the way he felt.
He's on many of my Mount Rushmores. He's really high up there.
Great.
I mean, he's moved up there on
right here in my collection. Look down. It's freaking Foley down here. You can see Dude loves it.
But he's another level.
He's goated.
Another level human, another level person in the business. Like he's up there. So we're gonna Mount Rushmores. Let's finish it on that because we're not
finishing. I got one more question after
all right.
this.
Good. You do your
question. You do the Mount Rushmore.
No.
Go.
All right, fine. We're doing a Mount Rushmore of shit. We did one a while back of Mount Rushmores. We always ask this to our guests. What's your Mount Rushmore? Top 4. Give it to us.
Okay. Piper, Andre, Foley, and
4th is always the hardest.
I love Foley's on there. I love it.
Piper, Andre, Foley. See, I get stuck with the hearts. I'm gonna have to go Owen.
I like all of those answers except for Andre.
Andre was just a big attraction, and I'm just putting that on there because if I don't want any ghost to haunt me from Wrestlers Past, it's Andre's.
My friend Joe, it's subjective. So I'm not judging you for picking Andre.
I like yours.
All of those guys I can justify.
Okay.
Andre's hard for me to justify, in my personal opinion.
Anybody want a peanut? I love it. And so, you know what? You probably picked him, in my opinion, because you're such a history buff, and he's such an important figure in wrestling, and he was such a big presence.
Makes sense
in wrestling.
One of the best HBO documentaries, if I may add, too.
Dude, so good. Oh,
So good.
so good.
No, you're right.
I think it's probably the best one, other than I think the Ric Flair one was really
The Ric
good.
Flair
too.
one was
The
really
Ric Flair
good.
one-
Actually, the Four Horsemen one
is
was
that,
fucking probably the best one I've watched.
is that the one with Ian that did that with Flair? Is that the one you guys are talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I need to watch that. I haven't fully got to sit down and actually
so
start.
good, Joe. Sit down
Yeah.
and watch it.
No, but
Trust
I
me.
think you're right on. I think that one's.
But Andre, dude, that's another freaking level.
Mhm.
So I have one last
Let's do
thing
it.
that I want to add to this, and it's something that I think we want to do uniquely to us.
Mhm.
You have no idea who our next guest is going to be for interviews,
Right,
correct?
right.
I haven't disclosed that to anyone, but I have several interviews lined up. So I want you, Joe, if you may, to ask a question that we're going to use in our next interview. Any question you want, it doesn't matter if it has to be music, wrestling, life, random nonsense. A question that we're going to ask in our next interview.
Why the fuck are
You're
you?
the person that's going to give it to us.
Why the fuck are you here? I'm good.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that one. No, you know what made is it wrestling related?
I mean, we're a wrestling related podcast.
Okay,
So
here's the genuine one that I ask everybody. What made you want to fall in love with this crazy sport we know as professional wrestling?
and I'm going to write it down right now because guess what? Our next guest is going to be asked that question.
Because that would be a good one. That's what my biological father asked me. He got when I met him, didn't know he was my real dad till when I met him, but he's like, "Well, why do you love this?" And I explained to him, he's like, Papa had it, and it's just something we fell in love with. Oh yeah, coincidentally, the man actually worked with my grandfather, so so he knew him. He knew him. That was pretty cool.
That's fucking awesome. And I tell you what, that is a thing that if anybody else uses it, they're fucking biting our style.
No.
Because every interview we do, the last question is going to be, give me a question to give to our next guest.
Okay. Was that question asked here? Did someone ask the question that you guys asked?
No, we're starting it with you.
You're the first.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Honestly,
so essentially,
listen,
bro.
Joe.
No.
Listen, fake Joe, kayfabe Joe.
Yeah, kayfabe Joe.
Your name's probably fucking Trevor or something.
Yeah.
No, God, no.
Kayfabe
He
Caleb.
shot that down so quick. Fuck
Caleb,
no.
or listen, Caleb.
Dude.
You're only our second interview. To be honest, we interviewed Gary Wolf, Pitbull 1,
Yeah.
and Joe Monroe,
2 pro wrestlers.
2 pro wrestlers.
About that shit.
And I'm going to tell you something. Tune in to fucking Joe Monroe Show Friday.
Yeah, man.
It's prestigious Joe Monroe Show Awards.
Yeah, it's first award show. I kind of
tell you what. And I'll tell you what, it's to me, it's prestigious.
It is. But go ahead and plug your shit, man. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Tell us where we can find you, the kind of shit that you're throwing out there, because our followers, they're going to love you.
Sure, yeah. You can find me on Facebook at The Joe Monroe Show. You can find us on YouTube, The Joe Monroe Show. I do TikTok. That's where I'm going to start doing the trivia stuff from now on at Joe Monroe 94. Honestly, just fucking Google The Joe Monroe Show. You'll find it. It's the best way to do it.
It's fair. Joe, let me tell you, don't make trivia exclusively TikTok. I don't have TikTok because I fuck women. Okay? So you need to put trivia on another fucking platform so I can be a part of that, because I want a Shawn Michaels DVD.
I heard.
Yeah, and I need to ship that out after Christmas.
And the only reason that Tanner won is because I went to bat for him for his answer.
God. Well,
I had his back on that one. It was Jack Foley, baby.
I will let you and Tanner debate that. Who is Trivia Tan, Tell 510, Just Tan Credible, Tenadia?
No. There's no debate.
He's got a lot of good ones.
He answered
These are
it.
good.
He answered it faster than I did, but I went to bat to defend when you thought it was a different answer. I was like, nope, his answer was correct.
It was Jack Foley. That was right.
It was Jack Foley. It was Jack Foley. So Tanner got it before I did.
And the funny thing
I just want the truth. The whole truth is nothing but the truth. So help me, Joe.
The funny thing is, Tanner stated earlier he wasn't even playing, and he ended up winning the damn thing.
That shit.
The dude, I'm telling you, these people that I've met through just interacting with you, Joe, you're the first person. So when it comes to our social media, I'm the guy that controls that. Interacting with you, you're the first person that was just like, hey, why don't you come on the show? Let's do some things.
Yeah.
But the guys that I met through you, from interacting with you, I'm very happy that I met. They have all given us tips, a little bit of advice, things that have helped our show personally.
Yeah. One.
I appreciate you, Joe.
No problem. But one I want to go check out Till 5 Wrestling, by the way, if you guys haven't watched it. ATV, he's one to definitely give advice and good to take it. You know, history of pro wrestling, that's a good example. Bear's Professor Bear for Wrestling Society Network.
We love Bear.
That dude.
We love Bear.
Mike D.
We were on there recently. We love Bear.
Yeah, I've seen that. Mike D, who does wrestling from the 313. Great.
We were also on the wrestling for the 313, and we love Mike D. Mike is a great guy.
Samp does wrestling and boxing. Samp and Chance Wrestling. You know, great good dudes, man. That's my guys. Rob from Confusion Wrestling. Rob's okay.
I love Rob.
But
personally, hold on. I'm sorry, interrupting you. I love Rob just because he's so fucking unique. He's so different than anybody.
But the pig mask thing, I'm like, okay, Rob, we need to give you a rest a little bit, buddy.
No, I love it. That makes it even better because he was on my side. He was on my team when he put on the pig mask.
I was going to bring up. I'm going to leave it go. Another episode. We'll talk about the next.
Oink oink, Rob, baby. Let's go.
Bring that back.
I was confused about your motive, but you was with me, so let's go.
Someone who's goated and as a co-host, I can't leave him out. The Wizard CZ, one of my good friends.
Love
you know, card subject to change. That's his, not 13 card subject. Everybody else.
13 cards whack.
Yeah. If you're a nice guy, if you cause mayhem, go fuck yourself. That's just my opinion. I don't give a fuck anymore, guys. All right, I don't.
What does 13 cards even mean?
Exactly.
There's 52 in a deck. They're a third.
I don't know.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
It doesn't.
You know, yeah. But card subject to change. That's the better one. Go watch it. That's where my boy CZ's at, and he'll be back Friday too. So he's going to the award show, and yeah, just come on. We're just going bullshit wrestling, have awards, and just hell, I might even have some beers with me that night. I don't know yet.
Let's go.
Also, congratulations to Card Subject to Change for joining WSN.
Yes.
I know that they just recently joined WSN, and congratulations to those guys for. They put out great content, and I watched interviews with them, and I enjoy what they do. So I'm happy for them for any prosperous things that they're doing.
I may or may not have a hand in it. May or may not. I cannot confirm nor deny that rumor. But yeah, it's good to have CZ and Never Wrong Nick Bull on the team. So yeah, it's 2026 is going to be a great year.
It will be. Well, Joe, again, thanks for coming on. Kayfabe Joe, the Dean. Keep checking him out.
The Dean.
Yeah,
look at our boy, the Dean, Joe Monroe.
I love it. I love it. Well, thanks for having us on. Again, have a good holiday, everybody out there. Make sure you click subscribe.
Merry Christmas to you, the wife, the kids, the cats.
The cats, yeah. Some of their
Please
Here.
get them all that catnip. Get them the tall house for the cats to climb up.
that's actually what I got.
No, it's funny. Every time I do something with you where I'm featured, you always bring the cat on. I ain't gonna do that. I don't want a cat. I don't want any cats.
Okay.
Keep it away. Keep it away.
All right, sorry guys, can't come on.
I'm going on Pornhub if I want pussy pics later.
Oh my god.
That's how we're gonna end it right there, my friend.
Yep, that's good way to end it. But thank you guys for come on. I like it.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks, man. See you guys.
Appreciate you.
Yes.